Did you title
Good
it?
evening. Yeah. The Midnight Gospel.
The Midnight Gospel.
On Netflix is
Welcome
what we
to
watched. Booze!
Hello, reviews.
So
That's what
today
it
is an iconic day. Hold on. It's
iconic?
dripping.
What does iconic mean?
It's dripping. So this is a paper that I
don't
got
know
that has
if
honey.
iconic is the
Give me.
right
Can I have a paper towel?
Oh, you actually want something.
There's honey dripping off of this. So I'm gonna try and smoke this. I wrapped it in honey.
Why would you do that?
I
Why, you
don't-
can't smoke that.
Why?
It's
People
not gonna smoke.
smoke
Nobody
honey
does that.
things
Now you're
all
wasting
the
all
time.
of it.
I'm not wasting the honey. Tonight
You
we're
just
reviewing the
wiped it all
gospel.
off.
What is the gospel, Dustin?
The
gospel is podcast gone Spacecast.
Viral voice cast.
Viral voice
Space
cast.
cast. It goes into space.
It goes out into space.
So it is, yeah.
It's today's a holiday.
Yeah. Duncan Trussell, who is a comedian and a podcaster. If you watch Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience, you've seen him on there many a times. He's a very funny man. He's also a spiritualist.
Yeah.
He on his podcast he interviews a bunch of different people, but has a main theme of mindfulness, awareness, that type of thing. Enlightenment.
Yeah.
And so this show is directly based off of his podcast. So what they did is he got together with Pendleton Ward, the creator of
Adventure Time!
Adventure Time.
Come on and grab your friends. Go to a very distant land. If you guys haven't watched it,
we love Adventure Time.
you should watch it right now. I know you're bored.
So with this show though, and them two teaming up together, you get crazy
animations. Yes.
Pendleton Ward is like,
Look, it is working, but it's bubbling up.
Get out of mine. But the main concept of the show is Clancy, Duncan Trussell, has a space cast. He moved away from his family and shit and lives on a farm on some other Earth.
On another planet.
And he has this simulator and he goes into a simulator every day to find some
a different character on a different planet.
Right.
Yes.
And he's got different avatars that he can be on every planet he goes to. And his computer simulator makes new ones for him all the time.
Yeah.
And so he goes, but he does his space cast with random people. But the cool thing about this is
interview.
It's taking the interviews from the Duncan Trussell podcast, The Family Hour, and using it in the show. So what? 420.
We got
Milk duds,
sodas.
Oh shit, that was actually cool.
So why would you? That's how you get ants.
Key lime pie.
Oh, the key lime pie, the camera. Dustin just fucked up the key lime pie.
Sorry. But so he goes into the simulator.
Midnight Gospel.
And to do his space cast, and the space cast is him interviewing some random person he finds on that world, and it ends up, but it's the audio and an actual interview he did with an actual person.
So
in
the
real
first
life,
one
in the Family Hour.
is Dr. Drew Pinsky.
Yeah,
his character in the space cast is the little president.
And it's like a little tiny president.
There's a zombie takeover.
They can't really walk. He's like the animation of this is so crazy. Every single one,
one of the episodes, there's a butt plug.
Oh no! Hold on, I was gonna do that in a little bit because it's one of the end of
But
I know it's really short. I know, but in one of them, Drew Pinsky's one. I can't remember a bunch of the other ones.
Well, president, there's zombie.
Right.
But they're just talking back and forth, and if you close your eyes, you can imagine it's a podcast.
It's just a podcast. Yeah, when they're talking, it's a podcast. There are parts when it's not just a podcast, like when he's in his trailer and shit.
There's another one that has deer dogs and little clown children, clown babies.
And at the end of that, his name's Clancy in the show, and at the end of it, they're like, thank you, Duncan. Thank you, Duncan. Like you do at the end of a podcast.
Right.
And he goes, wait, who's Duncan?
Yeah. Clancy.
And then at the other one, a guy calls him Duncan. He goes, no, it's Clancy.
Clancy.
So it's pretty funny. Like they actually are using the audio from his actual podcast, where they call him Duncan. It's pretty. Like I love the way they did it. It's pretty legit.
Duncan Trussell, Pendleton Ward, Dr. Drew Pinsky. There's other people in it, but
I couldn't remember.
It was just random people.
Yeah, we watched them all tonight in this few
We watched it
hours
today.
span.
It just came out 420. You know why?
Because he was born on 420.
Yay! Today is.
I don't really think that's true. I think that they're talking about Clancy in the show. He was born on 420. I'm not sure if Duncan
the mom
Trussell.
was talking about the birth story.
Right. But they're talking about Clancy. I don't know if Duncan Trussell was born on 420. That might have just been in the show.
Fun fact. Do you know? Google it for us and drop it in the comments below. But we love this show.
Yeah,
It's
he
really
talks
good.
to a whole bunch of different people. The animation is really cool. Like I was saying, it's about awareness and mindfulness and spirituality, but they do it in a funny way. What?
Oh, there's chips over there?
Which one? Doritos or jalapeno kettle corn? Kettle corn. But it's pretty funny. And in one of the episodes, he goes and he's talking to like a meditation guy, and he's talking to him about how your mind can be messy, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in there all the time. And he goes, "Yeah, meditation is kind of like pulling the butt plug out of your brain so that everything can finally come out because it's all clogged up by the butt plug." It's pretty great. But what I love the most about, because there are funny things like that in it, and they both laugh, and you can tell that was actually from the podcast.
A genuine joke.
And they were actually laughing
about.
in the podcast. I love the way they did it. It's pretty great. Like, it's like the newest, like, I don't know if anyone's ever done it before, especially not Netflix jumping in on this. I'm sure there's been cartoons made about podcasts, I'm sure, but not a whole season. And like Netflix doing it. It's pretty dope. I liked it.
So I've almost died on Sour Punch straws.
Why are you eating those?
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm going to smoke through it.
Doritos. 420.
Okay, well, that's how you get ants. So thanks for joining us on our show.
The Midnight Gospel. Oh, yeah. Duncan Trussell also does all the music and sings a lot.
So
it's pretty dope.
The episodes are like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, 25-minute episodes. They're super short. 8
Go
episodes.
watch it.
You can watch them all.
Not child friendly. It is a cartoon.
Well,
it's not children friendly.
There are some
There are
things.
teats.
There's some dicks.
A lot
there
of
is
tits.
A thing pulls a butt plug out of a fly. It's not in his butt, really, but he pulls a thing out of a fly.
It's in his anal area.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. But it is most definitely a butt plug. Mm-hmm. There are a few dicks.
And, I mean, hopefully your children don't know what butt plugs are. But
there's a lot of dicks.
oh, I made a leaf on my hair. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, happy 420.
Happy 420. Thanks for joining us. We don't know what's happening on Wednesday yet, but we will be here Wednesday night. You should be here Wednesday night at 9 p.m. live with us. You should share our shit because your friends are bored and you're at home and you're bored too. You guys like my
watch the Midnight Gospel and watch Adventure Time.
Thank you for joining us. It's
drink what we drink. Oh, wait, smoke what we. 420?